What's going on, Aces? Welcome back to the channel. I hope that you guys are having a wonderful Wednesday. So, Drake has dropped his lawsuit yesterday, filed with the state of New York against Universal Music Group. And today, that's just clearing the way for him to refile it at a federal level with the Southern District of New York. So, he has stepped this thing up. Let's go ahead and get into this TMZ article, and then I will go ahead and get into the differences because this is a mess and a half. I don't know what he is thinking. I don't know what his end game is, but from what I'm seeing, I don't think that he's going to be able to come back from this. It says Drake is not backing down in the war against his own label. In fact, he's upped the ante by now suing Universal Music Group for spreading the false and malicious narrative that he is a PDF. Drake filed the defamation case Wednesday morning in federal court in New York, ripping UMG for releasing and promoting Kendrick Lamar's vicious diss track, Not Like Us. In the docs obtained by TMZ, Drake says the UMG knew full well that Kendrick's lyrics and images in the music video, referring to Drake as a PDF, were false and dangerous. The music industry thought that Drake was retreating in the legal battle because on Wednesday he filed a motion to drop a legal action he filed against UMG and Spotify in New York State Court. Our sources tell us that was merely done to clear the way for this new federal case. So yesterday, when I heard that he had filed this motion to drop it, I, like everyone else, thought that he was just, chalking it up, taking the L, moving forward. No, Drake has now filed this in federal court. And the thing that bothers me the most is not that Drake is suing these multi-million dollar, billion dollar companies, but now he is named the YouTubers, y'all. So I have a picture on the right of the YouTubers that were making reaction videos to Not Like Us back in the summertime when it dropped, because one of Drake's contentions in the lawsuit was that UMG allowed them to, you know, make reaction videos and get monetized. Here I was thinking that, it was just Kendrick allowing them to sample his work, which I'm sure he would anyway. But Drake is not only going after UMG, but he's also punching down at these people who are on YouTube. It says Drake alleges in the lawsuit that UMG permitted content creators such as Kai Sanat, Zayaz, No Life Shack, RDC Gaming, and the Cartier family to monetize reactions to Not Like Us without enforcing copyright claims. He claims that the lack of enforcement enabled the spread of the defamatory content while generating profits for both UMG and the creators, prioritizing revenue over Drake's safety. So Drake says that he has the bot receipts to show just how far the label went to turn Kendrick's song into an anthem. According to the suit, UMG paid a third party to use bots to increase the song streams by at least 30 million and engaged in a pay-for-play scheme with at least one radio promoter. I feel like a lot of music companies would do this. Or is this the only song? Is this the only time in history that UMG or Spotify has done this? Because if they've done this for you in the past because you were one of their biggest selling artists before this whole legal situation occurred, wouldn't that make sense that they would try to, have that music played as much as possible? But I'll continue. He's also claiming that UMG was in on getting Kendrick the Super Bowl halftime gig so that the song could be performed on the massive stage. Interestingly, Drake is not going directly after Kendrick in the lawsuit. In fact, he says this lawsuit is not about the artist who created Not Like Us. It is instead entirely about UMG, the music company that decided to publish, promote, exploit, and monetize the song, which they knew contained false claims. Okay, so here are my thoughts in the situation, right? A few things. First, anytime there's a rap battle, not everything that people are going to say is going to be 100% true. The things that Drake said in his earlier songs when him and Kendrick were going back and forth, earlier last summer, he also said that, Kendrick's kids weren't his. He said that he was abusive. He said all these things that maligned Kendrick's character. And Kendrick is not suing him, not suing the record label. What he is doing is focusing on his craft and, now, like he said, promoting his music, performing at the Super Bowl, et cetera, et cetera. That's what most people do. If you guys remember, Drake said, "Oh, I study rap battles for a living." But you don't have to take my word for it. We'll hear it from Drake's own lips.
I study rap battles for a living. I study rap battles for a living.
Okay. So that's Drake saying that he studies rap battles. Okay. So if you study rap battles for a living, then you would know that you are setting a precedent that has never occurred before in the history of rap battles. Most of the time, what ends up happening is people go back and forth in the booth with their pen, with their words. Not everything that somebody says about you has to be true. Again, it's really interesting that he is suing UMG and not Kendrick Lamar. Another aspect about this whole lawsuit that I really don't like is the fact that he's suing content creators. He's punching down, essentially. A lot of people are calling Aubrey Graham a Karen online for the way that he is conducting himself. And listen, I will say that it's giving like Karen characteristics, right? Karens are typically, a certain demographic of women who weaponize their tears, weaponize whatever power play they can to paint themselves as a victim. But they're typically going after people in less powerful positions, whether that's, service workers, kids, whatever the case may be. They're essentially punching down. I think that Drake is embarrassed. I feel like he knows that he's not as talented as Kendrick Lamar, and he's really upset about the Super Bowl. So he's trying to take that mess out on the content creators and the YouTubers. Let's continue with this lawsuit. It says the song in question is Not Like Us, the recording written and performed by Kendrick Lamar Duckworth, professionally known as Kendrick Lamar. The recording was intended to convey specific, unmistakable, and false factual allegation that Drake is a criminal PDF, and to suggest that the public should resort to vigilante justice in response. The recording is defamatory because its lyrics, its album image, and its music video all advance the false and malicious narrative that Drake is a PDF. The lyrics repeatedly accuse Drake of engaging in criminal acts, including calling him a certified PDF and a predator who needs to be placed on neighborhood watch. The image was designed to reinforce, and in fact reinforces, the accusation by depicting Drake's actual Toronto house, covered in the icons that are known to be used by law enforcement as well as public safety applications like Citizen to identify child sex offenders' residences online. The video bolsters the same message, for example, by showing images associated with trafficking and juxtaposing the game of hopscotch with lyrics accusing Drake of, quote, trying to strike a chord and it's probably A minor. I'm only laughing because the line is iconic, but to actually see it in the actual lawsuit is hilarious. Drake, didn't nobody tell you to get into a rap battle with a Pulitzer Prize winning artist? You should have stuck with whoever he was beefing with in past. I don't even know. I forget. Listen, mister, I study rap battles for a living. If you study rap battles, then you know that it's not only about musicianship and artistry, but also about social currency, social capital. And I feel like you're the one that's keeping this alive. Like I said yesterday, when I thought that he dropped the lawsuit, I was like, oh, okay, That's good. You know, Drake has moved on with his life. I wasn't even going to make a video yesterday when I found out that he filed a motion to drop it, the initial lawsuit in, the New York State court. Now to come to find out that that was just clearing the way for it's federal. Okay, like Tasha's husband said, it's federal, Rocky. It's a mess. Sir, you could have got back in the booth, made another diss song, and moved forward, but instead, people are consistently clowning you. And this is just keeping the song and everything much more relevant than it is. In my opinion, it would have died out, it would have fizzled out. We could have left it in 2024. It could have just been another, rap battle. Rap battles happen all the time. That's part of the artistry of rap music, hip hop music. It is what it is, People have arguments in the workplace all the time working for the same company. Typically, what happens is there's some kind of resolution, or one person just wins, one person takes the L, and you move forward. You would know this, or you said that you did know this by studying rap battles for a living. I don't know who you studied, but I would advise you to go back and reread or get the Cliff Notes. Maybe it's some Canadian artists that you're studying. I don't know. But what I do know is that I don't see how you're going to come back from this. I really don't. I would suggest you move on. You would pivot to possibly a new career in business, real estate, restaurants. I don't know. But as far as rap, I don't feel like people are going to take you seriously, especially since you're going after the content creators. Like musical artists usually don't target, YouTubers and content creators because those are your influencers. Those are your audiences. Those are your key demographics, right? That's your target demographic. And for you to go after them is punching down. It's not a good look. But anyway, you guys, let me know your thoughts in the comment section. What do you think about, Drake now going after UMG on a federal level? It's federal, like Rocky said. I don't know, but it's a mess. I'll keep you updated. Please be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel. I will talk with you in the next one. Take care, aces. Bye.